Hello everyone and welcome to our channel.
In today's video, we'll be visiting an esteemed Taiwanese noodle and dumpling house with locations all around the world.
From Taipei to Los Angeles, Din Tai Fung has wowed their guests with award-winning soup dumplings, steamed buns, noodle dishes, and their famous chocolate and mochi Xiao Bao. So much that Forbes magazine has called them the world's greatest dumplings.
So we're determined to find out, does Din Tai Fung live up to the hype?
That being said, come join us for lunch. Along the way, we'll provide you with our honest thoughts and opinions and let you know if we think Din Tai Fung is worth your time and money on your next Vegas visit.
All this and more on today's episode of James and Paul Try It All.
All right, my friends, before we begin, we just wanted to take a moment to let you know that we were not compensated by Din Tai Fung or MGM Resorts in any way in exchange for our review. The opinions expressed in this video are purely our own and are in no way meant to invalidate your opinions or experience. While we may not always agree, we intend no disrespect to you and continue to love and appreciate your support. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing us a solid and hitting that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by our 2-year channel anniversary of October 13th, 2025. Thanks in advance.
All right, everyone, we've just been seated here at Din Tai Fung here at ARIA. We're gonna order a fun assortment here, but one thing I do wanna point out is they have an easy way to order. They give you a little paper, you get a little pen, and you put the quantity of what you want to order right off the menu. They also give you another menu back here that actually has descriptions of what everything is. So if you are unsure of what's on here, just make sure to use this handy dandy menu and you'll be all set. We're gonna go ahead and put our order through, so stay tuned. We've got more to show you.
And just like that, our cocktails have arrived. I've gone with the Yuzu Margarita, which is Casamigos Blanca Tequila, Yuzu Juice, and Grand Marnier. I love Yuzu. It's kind of like a Asian grapefruitish, orangish, lemonish, citrus. Love it in a cocktail. Let's give it a taste. Whew. That'll grab you by the boo-boo. That's a lot of tequila. That's not in a bad way. It's just very tequila forward. I'm gonna give it a quick stir and see maybe if it's just kind of all sitting towards the bottom. Better. Still very tequila forward. Not complaining, I love tequila. I just wasn't expecting it as I took a giant swig. This is gonna be $18, which actually, in my opinion, for cocktails at a Vegas restaurant, that's not terrible. Again, I can't complain. We're in Las Vegas on the middle of the strip. Let's turn it over to Paul so he can show off his fancy martini.
So for my martini, I decided to go with the Lychee and Pear Martini. This pear lychee martini is going to be absolute pears vodka, Saint Germain, lemon juice, and lychee. Now I love this beautiful little decorative flower, and on the garnish there's a little bit of the lychee fruit. This looks delightful. Let's give it a sip. Wow. First off, has your typical bit of alcohol that you will find in the martini. I can definitely get some of the elderflower flavor from the Saint Germain. The pear and the lychee just give it a fresh, vibrant, floral note. This is a great martini, and the absolute pear just draws out that fruity flavor. Now, this is going to be a $17 cocktail, so in terms of the Las Vegas Strip, that's not a bad price at all. And to that, cheers. Now we're gonna wait for the rest of our menu items to come out and we will be back shortly. Stay tuned.
Alrighty friends, now before our entrees start arriving, I want to take a moment to show you the little plate of ginger that they give you to go with your dumplings. Now, they also provide soy sauce, vinegar, and looks like some hot chili oil. As per the official Din Tai Fung social media accounts, they recommend a 1-to-3 ratio with the ginger of soy sauce to vinegar. So we're gonna do a little soy and a lot of vinegar. There we go. Just gonna kind of stir that around a little bit. And that way, once our Xiao Bao and our dumplings come out, we have a delightful little soy vinegar sauce to dunk them in. All right, our first order of dumplings have arrived. Now these are going to be the chicken dumplings here. Let's go ahead and grab one of these guys. That smells heavenly. I'm gonna try it au naturel first before I dunk it in the sauce. Stupid hot, but very tasty. Let's try it with a little bit of the sauce here, the soy vinegar mixture. We're gonna take a little bit of that ginger, slide it right on top. Delightful, absolutely delightful. Let's see what Paul thinks.
Now these look amazing and expertly crafted. Now as you enter Din Tai Fung, you are watching them make the dumplings. Let's take a taste. I'm definitely getting a chicken flavor, almost like a comforting chicken soup. While these aren't technically soup dumplings, you can definitely tell that a lot of love was put into that chicken. I actually did not prepare my vinegar and soy sauce, so I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna actually prepare mine with a little more soy than vinegar. Let's give that a stir. Let's give that a taste. Perfect ratio. So Din Tai Fung says to do 3-to-1. I go 3-to-1 with the soy being heavier. I think that's perfect. We've got more at the table, so I'm gonna turn it over to James.
Alrighty guys, next up we've got the noodles with their spicy signature sauce. I'm gonna give these a little stir, kind of just coat them all completely. Probably easier with the chopsticks as well. There's green onions and it looks like a beautiful spicy sauce here. Love any type of Asian noodle dish. This looks so good. Yes, we just want to coat those noodles in that delicious spicy sauce. I think that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a nice little portion here. Let's try the spicy noodles here. Yes. That's heavenly. Oh my Lanta. This spice is just a perfect level of heat. It's got enough a little bit of kick. It's sweet. It's a little. It's very savory. The noodles are wonderfully cooked, perfectly al dente. I think I'd come back just for those.
So I'm gonna try some of these noodles here. These chopsticks do not want to cooperate today.
Sure, blame it on the chopsticks.
Yes, I'm always gonna blame it on the chopsticks. James is right. It's spicy, it's sweet. I'm getting a little bit of the chili there. And it's actually kind of tingling the back of my throat as I eat these. Now, originally I wasn't gonna go with the spicy option. I was gonna go with the sesame option that had the little chili oil in it. But I'm actually kind of glad that I decided to heed James's advice and go with the spicy. Now, moving on, I'm gonna go with one of my favorite things, and part of the reason that you would come here to Din Tai Fung, which is the Xiao Bao. Now, these are soup dumplings, which is essentially a little bit of soup tucked into a dumpling steamed up with either chicken, pork, or whatever they put into the dumpling itself. Now, traditionally with a soup dumpling, they give you this little spoon here, and then what you do is you poke the dumpling, get all that soup broth out, and then you suck the soup broth and eat the dumpling. So cheers. That is delightful. Just like chicken soup, except in this case, it's pork soup. You get your taste of the pork with the ginger. You get that soup broth that's just warm, comforting. If you come here to Din Tai Fung, you need to order the Xiao Bao. Now, they also offer a crab and pork version, or you can also get chicken as well.
My turn to try this signature Xiao Bao. You can't come to Din Tai Fung and not get their Xiao Bao. So yeah, as Paul said, the goal is you want to pierce the dumpling, which I'm not doing a very good job at right now. You can also take a small bite. Just a tiny little nibble, just enough to open the dumpling, let the soup juices flow into the spoon there, and then slurp. Oh, that's good. That's rich and salty and porky. Let's try the actual dumpling though. We're gonna try a little bit of the ginger on there, as per their recommendation. That's good. I think I might have to go in for another one here. There we go. Let all that soupy juiciness come out. No, don't get me wrong. It's not a lot of broth, but it's just enough to get a little sip. Delightful. I definitely see why those are a popular menu item here.
All right, my delicious little Xiao Baos, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello everyone, we really hope that you're enjoying today's video. If you are, please take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that cute little bell icon for notifications whenever a new episode of James and Paul Try It All is released. Every Saturday, we're gonna bring you more Las Vegas hotel reviews, restaurant reviews, attraction reviews, and a whole lot more. Now, if you enjoy gambling just like we do, every Sunday we feature a slot series, Slot Play Sunday, also released at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you folks so much for your continued support. We really do appreciate you. We love you and you mean the world to us. All right, next we got some bao buns, easily one of my favorite of any type of dim sum. And we got two different varieties. We got the traditional pork, the Kurobata pork bao buns, which I'm just gonna go ahead and grab these guys. First of all, I want to say these are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I believe this particular style of crimping is very unique to the Taiwanese style from what I understand. Let's give this a taste. It feels very soft and yeasty. Nice big hunk of pork in there. Looks so juicy. The bun itself is slightly sweet, chewy, fluffy. As you get the pork juice there, it's so savory and good. This is exceptional. I'm gonna go in for the pork now. Get pork, a little bit of green onion. It's wonderfully seasoned. It's just really relying on the natural flavors of that pork, and it's so good. While I'm a big fan for things like a char siu, I love simple pork buns as well. There's a bakery in Boston that does buns like this that I will always stop in whenever I'm walking through Chinatown when I'm back home visiting.
As James has said, there is a big hunk of pork in the middle. The bun is yeasty. Let me give this a bite. I have no qualms with the bun itself, but I think it needs a little bit of the pork. Let's go ahead and see if I can get some of that pork in the middle. Now, I'm gonna give a little bit of the contrary opinion here. That pork inside is just okay in my opinion. I would like a little bit more flavor, spice in it. The bun itself is a little glutinous for my personal taste. I can see why people do enjoy them. And I can agree with James on some aspects of it, but I think the flavor is a little too muted for my personal taste. I feel like it needs something, and I'm just not getting it. Again, it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means I feel like it needs something. Try a little bit of the chili oil here. Chili oil is where it's at. Adding a little bit of chili oil to that pork bun. So that was just the element it was missing for me. Now, with that being said, we also decided to go ahead with the same buns in a vegan option. Now, it does not say on the menu what the actual filling is, so we're just gonna take a taste. I'm quite enjoying this. See if you can get the camera right here. So the vegan option looks to have a mixture of mushrooms.
So it looks like, what are your mushrooms?
Yep, mushrooms, onion, scallion,
Cabbage?
which is onion. Now, just like the last time, I'm gonna put a little bit of the chili oil in it because I don't think these are bad. I just think they need a little something. So let's take a bite. Now that's a dance of flavor on my mouth. I'm actually gonna say that I prefer the vegan ones over the pork, which is weird because I don't go out of my way to ever order a vegetarian or vegan option. Add some chili oil. These will be quite delightful.
Alrighty guys, I'm gonna go ahead and try the vegan bun now. Now I love just vegetables in general. I especially love mushrooms. So I'm excited to try this. And I'm glad it's not just like some sort of vegan alternative meat, but instead vegetables. So let's give it a shot. That's good.
I like the vegan more than the pork.
It's earthy. The mushrooms have a fantastic umami. I don't think that needs the chili oil, but I have a little bit on my plate here that I'm gonna try. Yeah, that kicks it up a notch. Oh man, these are good. The vegan ones are absolutely fantastic. I think the pork ones are good, don't get me wrong. Now, next up, we have the wok fried rice cakes. I couldn't think of the word I was trying to use here all of a sudden. I love rice cakes, especially love like Korean rice cakes, tteokbokki, but these look fantastic. Now we got this with chicken. Let's give them a taste. I'm gonna start with one of the rice cakes. That's great. They're soft and chewy and glutinous. The sauce is fantastic. Definitely a soy-based sauce there. The chicken is flavorful and juicy and tender. The spinach adds a bit of earthiness. Napa cabbage is cooked perfectly, but still crispy. They're gummy in the best possible way. They're chewy, they kind of melt in your mouth after a few bites. Really yummy.
So let's try some of these rice cakes here. As James says, gummy in the best way. I'm definitely getting a more soy-based flavor. Let me see if I can get some of that chicken here. The chicken is really flavorful in that wok sauce. Now, as James was saying, it does remind me of tteokbokki. Overall, I am not mad at this dish at all. I'm actually quite glad we decided to go with it. With that being said, as you can clearly see, we've had a lot of food here, but we still have dessert coming. So it will be out shortly. Stay tuned.
Alrighty, it is dessert time, and I'm very excited because this is unlike any dessert I've ever had before. Not just at a dim sum type restaurant, not just in a dumpling and noodle house, but ever. I've never had anything like this before. So let's go ahead and try the chocolate and mochi Xiao Long Bao. You can order separately a sea salt cream that apparently is supposed to be the way to go with these guys. I'm gonna go in first for one of the Xiaolongbao as is and see how it is. It's like a little chocolate lava Xiaolongbao. Let's try it with a little bit of the cream. That's really good. The chocolate is so rich. Sorry, a little bit of the cream there. I'm afraid to eat this. It's gonna get everywhere. I've already got stuff all over my new crutch shirt. Clearly not something you nibble on. That's clearly something that you have to like just take in one bite. I have a chocolatey mess. This is ridiculous. And then my husband's gonna put this on the video anyway, I'm sure. That being said, now that I've made a chocolatey mess of myself, let's see if he can do any better.
So it's my turn to try this chocolate Xiaolongbao. I did not realize that these would be this messy, but this is the signature dessert here at Din Tai Fung. One word of warning about this sea salt foam. You have to order it separately when you are making your order. Do not make the mistake I did and not order it separately on your ticket. So I'm gonna actually dig in because this is the viral thing that everyone talks about.
Those are heavenly.
They are heavenly. If you do it right, you put the whole thing in your mouth, and then you puncture it after dipping it into the sea salt foam, and then you just get that wave of chocolate that just bursts out. I feel like there's a bunch of little like jokes or whatever that we can throw in here because, I mean, you put the whole thing in and just let it burst. It's a burst of chocolatey flavor.
It's a chocolate lava explosion.
Yeah, chocolate lava explosion with a glutinous dumpling wrapping.
So good. I'm gonna go for my last
Why
one
did I
here.
say wrappling? I meant wrapper. This is worth every penny. I can see why this is viral and I can see why people like it. The sea salt foam, it's not heavy on the salt. It's almost like a whipped cream with just a little bit of extra salt in it. I'm gonna take this last one here and then we'll be back with our final thoughts on Din Tai Fung. Stay tuned. All right, everyone. Now here are our final thoughts about Din Tai Fung. That was a lot of food. Now the funniest thing about it is I didn't think it would be as much food just based on the portion sizes on that menu.
I feel like noodles and rice cakes and dumplings are deceivingly filling. The Xiaolongbao.
Yeah.
What they are known for. I see why people like them. I think they were delicious. Do I think they live up to the hype? Probably not.
They were delicious for what they were.
Right, and with Din Tai Fung being a global chain at this point, with locations all over the world, I feel like it makes Xiaolongbao very accessible.
So for us, I went into this meal expecting to not like it as much as I did.
Yeah, I would say I enjoyed them. I would absolutely order them again. I feel like you have to. If you're gonna go, you need to get the Xiaolongbao, but I also don't think that they were anything to write home about. On the flip side, the chocolate mochi Xiaolongbao,
yes.
those were something to write home about. Holy crap.
I've never seen them at any other place we've been that does steamed dumplings or buns.
I've never had a dessert Xiaolongbao in my life. It was almost like it's like a little chocolate lava cake, but instead of cake, it was just that wonderful glutinous little, bao wrapper. It exploded all over my face.
Make sure to eat them whole and let them burst in your mouth.
Don't do what I did and try to take a little nibble. I will also say, for all that food, I personally think the price was reasonable.
It was reasonable for what it was, but I do want to also say a little bit of a warning if you are ordering about as much as we did. Our total bill came to about $151 before tip. And with it being just kind of an upscale or premium chain, I do think the price point fit. But I think for what we ate and the quality of what we got,
the craftsmanship
as well, because they are making those in-house. I think the value was there for what we paid.
Right. It's not easy to make these types of dumplings.
There's a lot of labor.
We've tried. It's hard.
Yeah.
And we've given up. We'll let the professionals do it. On that note, my friends, we sincerely hope you've enjoyed today's episode of James and Paul Try It All. If you did, please consider hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that cute little bell icon for notifications whenever a new episode is released every Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Each week, we're going to keep bringing you more Las Vegas restaurant reviews, hotel reviews, attraction collection reviews, and a whole lot more. Now, if you're a gambler like us, don't forget that every Sunday we release a slot series, Slot Play Sunday, every Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. As always, we want to thank you guys so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. We love you, we appreciate you, and you are the stars of the show and the reason that we keep doing this. So until next week, we hope you have a great one. Bye.